In the Star Wars saga we know, Anakin Skywalker falls. The Chosen One, the Jedi Knight destined to bring balance to the Force, succumbs to fear, anger, and manipulation. He becomes Darth Vader, and the galaxy descends into darkness. The Jedi are purged. The Republic becomes an empire. Hope is all but lost. But what if the fall never happened? What if Anakin made a different choice in the Chancellor's office? What if, at the critical moment, he stood against the dark side rather than embracing it? This is the story of that choice. A single moment that rewrites galactic history. A moment that saves the Jedi, redeems the Republic, and reshapes the destiny of every major figure in the galaxy. Let's step into the galaxy as it might have been, where Anakin Skywalker never became Darth Vader. It begins on Coruscant, in the Chancellor's office. Mace Windu stands over a defeated Chancellor Palpatine, lightsaber raised. Lightning crackles, smoke swirls, the rain lashes against broken windows. Palpatine pleads. He is too weak. He says he begs for mercy. Behind him stands Anakin Skywalker, torn by fear and desperation. In the canon timeline, this is the moment Anakin intervenes, cuts down Windu, and falls. But here, he doesn't. Anakin sees through the lies. He senses the trap, and he remembers who he is. He remembers Padmé, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka. He remembers the Jedi teachings. Flawed as they are still rooted in selflessness and peace. He breathes. He centers himself, and he chooses not to fall. Windu strikes. Palpatine lashes out in a final surge of lightning. But Anakin intercepts it, blocking the energy with his lightsaber. Together, Anakin and Windu overpower the Sith Lord. The Force crackles, the windows blow inward, and Palpatine collapses. The Sith plan, decades in the making, shatters in a single moment of clarity. Palpatine is arrested. His true identity revealed to the Jedi Council and the Senate. The Jedi act quickly. Word spreads. The war is halted, not by conquest, but by revelation. The puppet master behind the Separatists, the Clone Army, and the Republic's fall is unmasked. Order 66 never happens. Without the trigger, the Clone Army does not turn on its Jedi commanders. Jedi scattered across the galaxy feel a tremor in the Force, a dark pressure lifting. There is confusion, but not betrayal. Yoda returns from Kashyyyk. Obi-Wan, still on Utapau after his victory over Grievous, is extracted safely. They reunite with Windu, with Anakin, with the surviving Jedi. And slowly, cautiously, they begin to rebuild. Anakin, having helped save the Republic, returns to Padmé. There are tears, not of despair, but of relief. He confesses everything, his fear, his temptation, the near fall. Padmé holds him, not in horror, but in gratitude. He is still hers, and he has chosen the light. Shortly after, she gives birth, not in hiding, not in fear. On Naboo, surrounded by family and friends. Anakin is there, Obi-Wan is there. Even Ahsoka returns, drawn back by the news of Palpatine's defeat. She does not rejoin the Order, but she rejoins her family. Her place is not lost. It was waiting for her. Padmé survives. There is no broken heart, no whispered last breath. Luke and Leia are born into a galaxy still healing, but with both of their parents alive and standing strong. The Skywalker family is whole. The Separatist Council, abandoned on Mustafar, is captured rather than slaughtered. Anakin and Obi-Wan go together. Jedi ambassadors, not executioners. The war ends not with fire, but with justice. The Senate is stunned. For a time, it teeters on the edge of chaos. Some refuse to believe the truth. Others cry out in rage, shame, guilt. But the evidence is undeniable. Palpatine's secrets, his Sith shrine, his recordings, his plans, are laid bare. The Senate votes to strip him of power. If he survived, he is tried. If he fell in battle, his legacy is buried beneath disgrace. In its place, a new chancellor is chosen. Bail Organa, steady, principled, respected. At his side, Padmé Amidala, Mon Mothma, senators who stood against tyranny when it mattered most. The Jedi do not emerge unscathed. They reflect on their role in the war, their blindness, their dogma. Yoda steps back from leadership. Mace Windu survives, but with a renewed sense of humility. The Council is reshaped, broadened. Jedi like Obi-Wan and Ahsoka influence a new era, one more grounded, more compassionate. Anakin is offered a seat on the Council. He accepts, but this time not with pride or resentment, but with maturity. He is no longer the impatient Padawan or the conflicted knight. He is the Jedi he was meant to become. He reveals his marriage. The Council listens. There is no expulsion, no fury. Instead, discussion, change. The Jedi Code begins to evolve. Attachment is re-examined. Love, once feared, is now understood in its true context. When rooted in compassion, not possession, it can be a source of strength. Luke and Leia grow up not in hiding, but in harmony. They train as Jedi, mentored by their father, by Obi-Wan, by Yoda. Leia also learns politics at her mother's side. Luke learns diplomacy, not just battle. They are children of balance, raised in a world that remembers war, but chooses peace. The clone army is honored, then disbanded. The chips in their heads are removed. Many settle on worlds they helped liberate. Some continue as peacekeepers. Captain Rex retires with dignity, a veteran of a war he did not ask for but fought with honor. Without the Empire, there is no Death Star. The project is discovered in Palpatine's files, plans buried deep. The Republic destroys every trace. Alderaan survives. Billions live. Without the Empire, Tarkin retires in obscurity. Krennic fades into irrelevance. Thrawn, perhaps, remains in the unknown regions, watching, waiting. The criminal underworld still exists, Maul's syndicates still rise. But they are hunted by Jedi and brought to justice. Han Solo is a smuggler, but not a soldier. He meets Leia not through war, but perhaps at a diplomatic summit where he's been arrested for some stunt. The sparks fly just the same. Chewbacca, never enslaved, joins Han by choice, not desperation. Lando runs his businesses. Cloud City is never sieged. He becomes a legitimate player in the galactic economy, dabbling in politics, always with a drink in hand and a smile that hides the heart of a hero. The Jedi Temple stands. It is rebuilt, but not as it was. Its teachings are revised. Younglings learn not just lightsaber forms, but the history of failure. They learn about Anakin Skywalker, not as Darth Vader, but as the Jedi who stood at the edge and stepped back. The Force remains in balance. The Sith are gone. Their line is broken. Their influence lingers, but never again takes root. The darkness waits as it always does, but now there are more lights to keep it at bay. Obi-Wan lives not in exile, but in peace. He trains the next generation. He watches Luke and Leia grow. He smiles more. The weight is lifted. Yoda passes peacefully, not in hiding, but in the temple surrounded by those he loves. He becomes one with the Force, knowing the Jedi endured and improved. Padmé serves as a senator, perhaps later as chancellor. Her voice, once drowned out by war, now guides the Republic toward unity. She raises her children not as refugees, but as beacons. Luke Skywalker becomes a Jedi Knight. He travels the stars not to fight an empire, but to explore the mysteries of the Force. Leia becomes a senator, a diplomat, a warrior when needed, and a Jedi in her own right. They are not the galaxy's last hope. They are the first of its new hope. And Anakin Skywalker, once destined to fall, instead becomes a living legend. Not a symbol of fear in black armor, but a symbol of what is possible. Of redemption before destruction. Of strength guided by wisdom. Of love tempered by discipline. He walks the halls of the temple not as a shadow, but as a light. He watches his children train. He speaks with Ahsoka, with Obi-Wan, with Yoda. He smiles. He breathes. He lives. The galaxy is not perfect. It never is. There are conflicts, criminals, disagreements. But the Republic stands. The Jedi endure. The people hope. All because in one moment, a Jedi made the right choice. What if Anakin never joined the dark side? He didn't, and the galaxy was never the same. If you enjoyed and want to see more what ifs in Star Wars, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll know to make more of these. Thank you.